To enjoy good health, to bring true happiness to one's family, to bring peace to all, one must first discipline and control one's own mind. If a man can control his mind, he can find the way to enlightenment, and all wisdom and virtue will naturally come to him. Buddhism is a religion, and Dharma, which is the principle of cosmic order, that encompasses a variety of traditions, beliefs, and spiritual practices largely based on original teachings attributed to the Buddha and the resulting philosophies. Siddhartha was born amongst a royal family. He was appointed as a prince, soon to become king, when he ventured out against the palace rules to finally see what was outside of the palace life. He came across another man who showed him the life of civilians and how old age, death, and sickness were all very real factors that his sheltered life forbid him from acknowledging. This made Siddhartha question the true meaning of life. Eventually, he fled his life at the palace to follow a wise Indian man of truths. He became very adept at meditation under various teachers and took up an ascetic practice where he would literally starve himself to deny his flesh and release his soul. He sat amongst a pipal tree for 40 days before he reached enlightenment, which is a state of perfect acknowledgement or wisdom combined with the infinite compassion and understanding of the way which things appear to us and the true nature of these same appearances. The Buddha, one who is awake, reached a state of being that goes beyond anything else in the world, freed from greed, hatred, and ignorance, and therefore characterized by wisdom, compassion, and freedom. During his remaining life, he traveled throughout northern India spreading his teachings. Karma is a concept widely known from what the Buddha taught, but has been around for long before the Buddha came. Karma is the sum of a person's actions, and this in previous states of existence viewed as deciding their fate in future existences. Either the inequality of mankind has a cause, or it's purely accident. No sensible person would think of attributing the unevenness, the inequality, and the diversity to blind chance or pure accident. Another practice that goes along with this is reincarnation. Reincarnation is the rebirth of your soul in a new body. Any thought, word, or deed conditioned by desire, hate, passion, and it illustrates karma. When the effects of karma reach across lifetimes, karma brings about rebirth. Each thought moment conditions the next thought moment in the same way the last thought moment of one life conditions the first thought moment of another life, which is a continuation of a series. This is not to say we do not exist, but more to say that there is no permanent unchanging oneself, that we are defined by every moment throughout all shifting conditions. I don't want to go much further, there's way too many opinions on this subject. There are many different teaching paths to follow to gain enlightenment and to learn the path of Buddha as your own. There are 4 noble truths of Buddhism: the truth of suffering, the truth of the cause of suffering, the truth of the end of suffering, and the truth of the path that frees us from suffering. And then there is the Noble Eightfold Path. The right speech, which is abstaining from all forms of harmful speech. The right action, which promotes honorable, peaceful conduct. The right livelihood, which says one should not choose any career that causes harm to other beings. The right effort, which is to prevent any and all evil unwholesomeness. The right mindfulness, which is to be aware and mindful to all thoughts, sensations, and feelings. The right concentrations, which is taught to train and discipline the mind to follow the first 4 noble truths. The right thought, which denotes all thoughts of selfish desire, ill will, hatred, and violence. And finally, the right understanding, which is simply being able to truly understand the way things truly are. And I would like to conclude with my thoughts on Buddhism. I've read a few books, many articles, and have attempted the practice of meditation and yoga myself, which I've already written a speech on that. For a few months now, about once to twice a week, a month, not a week. Once to twice a month, I'll sit in my room, correct posture, eyes closed, focusing on my mind. I've definitely noticed a significant change in the way I choose to handle other people in situations, and I do believe in God. When I die, I will go to heaven, but I also believe in the Buddha's teachings, and I believe that they are the way I want to live my life, to become the best version of myself that I can be. And I believe in a God that will accept me for what makes me happy. And that was just me. That wasn't a part of my speech. But I also wanted to show that during this whole time, I have had my little incense burner going. I don't know if you've seen the smoke or not, probably not, it's kind of dark. But incense are a really helpful way in my meditation for me to sit and be able to breathe. And I use a lot of scents like frankincense and mint and lavender, a lot of things that help just cleanse and free the mind and really help let those thoughts enter and push right back out. I also have a few of my little books. I don't know if you wanted more visuals or not, but I like to share. So I have one, True Love, and that's pretty obvious. I have my little book of yoga, which has just all this crazy, all this information about how yoga got started and poses and all sorts of crazy stuff. It was really awesome. And this is actually the first book of Buddha I ever bought, the Little Book of Buddha. And it's basically just a small little introduction to the whole world of it, which is actually where I learned the story about how the Buddha began, which is what I put in my speech. And I do have one more book. I have not finished this one yet, but it says don't believe everything you think. And it is written by a monk who lives in India. But obvious title there with me being a 19-year-old girl. But thank you so much for paying attention. I hope you really liked it because the speech kind of spoke to me a little bit. So, thank you.